Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. We are now in the den. Honey, child, y'all know what time it is, okay? Y'all know I gotta come through. We gotta talk about The Oval. This is my review recap of Know Your Place, okay? Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 4, Episode 14. Why is Lily out here still playing games? She over here still trying to convince these people that this is only a damn knife wound. And he's like, girl, you in a damn hospital. We know the difference, okay? You have been checked out. And if you don't start talking, your behind ain't walking nowhere. And she thinks she really about to fight the cops, girl. No. So, of course, they sedate her. We got her locked up, chained up to the daggone bed now. Lily, girl, you ain't going nowhere. All right. On the other side of town, we got Sharon trying to get in touch with Dagon Kareem, talking about why he not answering. I said, girl, because Barry trying to figure out how to dispose of Barry's body, all right? We still don't know where Nancy is, or do we, honey? What the hell is Nancy doing sitting in the living room smiling at Dagon Richard? Richard didn't even know Nancy was gone. He's trying to call Sam to get him to help him with Barry, talking about that's your godson and you acting like you don't care about him. And of course he is, Richard, because Sam mind is on Priscilla. He over here trying to make sure that he can block out, okay, Bobby from getting it in with his daggone white child. Bobby over here talking about, sure, I'll go back, you know what I'm saying, when Priscilla's saying, come on over to my place. But I said, Bobby, no, we don't play them games, okay? That's a no from me, dog. We don't go back to people's houses. You got to take her to the hotel. You don't know that by now, Bobby? You know? So, child, honey, let's go ahead and get into this daggone episode. Of course, Jason was still being Jason. Now I'm just really annoyed with him and tired of him, okay? It was okay when I thought he was going to be doing something that was worthy of something, at least the bare minimum. But no, he's still out here trying to terrorize folks, child. Let's take it from the top, okay? So, like I said, all right, Lily here trying to still lie to the damn officer, talking about some, oh no, you know, that's not a knife wound, it's a gun wound. I mean, that's not a gun wound, that's a knife wound. And he like, lady, we know the difference, okay? They have ran tests. You do realize that you are in the hospital. We check for stuff like that. And whenever it's a gunshot, it gets reported. So I'm trying my best to help you, but you are not helping me to help you. She want to get up and tussle with them and say she getting out of here. They can't hold her here. And yes, they can, Lily. All right. So that is exactly what they did. They give her something to knock her behind out. And they go ahead and throw the handcuffs on her. Now, in the meantime, Sharon talking about, you know, this is really, really weird. I don't know what's going on. Now, first she's looking up, you know, the highest and talking about, so he's the lead, he's the command, and, you know, Dale is basically saying, yes, he is. And she was like, yo, this looks like some real crazy shit. And he was like, oh, it is. I mean, Sharon, why you acting like you don't know, like you just found this out? I'm confused. And so they saying how they gonna go ahead and get up out of there, and Zell was saying how he gonna stay in the truck, and she was like, no, you're not. You know, yes, I am. And she was like, no, you're not. You're coming home with me. He talking about some, well, you know, you making it seem like you really want me to be there. She was like, I do, you know. So he was like, wow, are you scared? She was like, no, I'm just worried about you and want to make sure that you're not out here in these streets doing nothing stupid, okay? But of course, it is probably a little bit of both, and they both probably just need the daggone company. I'm like, yeah, Sharon, why don't you go home, child, because we have not seen your house in a long time. You have always been between Kareem and Barry's house, girl. I know your bed miss you, and you should miss your daggone bed by now. Now, in the meantime, you know, she's also trying to call Kareem, and she's over here talking about, no, I think he had called her first. From somebody was calling her from Barry's phone. She answers and says hello, hello, and then don't hear nothing, okay? And Dell is like, what happened? And so she's like, I don't know, nothing. He hung up on me. Let me try calling back. She calls back, and she's not getting no answer. And so she's like, you know, this is strange. But mind you, she only let the damn phone ring 2 times, okay? Basically, she was saying it's strange. And he was like, at least he called. And she was like, yeah, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. All right, this is weird. Like, we haven't heard from him all this time. And now all of a sudden, we getting a daggone call. So I was curious as to, do Kareem got the phone there with the body and hit the damn phone by mistake or what? Now, in the meantime, she calls Richard. And, she's like, I just got a call from Barry. And he's like, what? He was like, oh, God, thank God what he said, like thinking they had a conversation. But she was like, I don't know. It was nothing. It was from his number. But the person didn't say nothing. And he's like, what? And she was like, yeah. So, of course, he's like, what the hell? She's like, I don't know. Okay, but I thought that you should know. And so he's like, okay. So he was like, I'm gonna try calling him back. She tried calling him back and he didn't answer. She was like, he told her, it's all right, it's fine, let him call. So she says, okay. So they go ahead and hang up, And so, of course, like I said, he still don't know what's going on with Nancy. He's trying to figure out what's happening with Barry. And she is saying that this is absolutely nuts. She tells Dell she's gonna change and she's gonna be right back. And Dell is like, okay, So, of course, they gonna try to get on out of here and go home or whatever, and now she's worried. Now in the meantime, back at the hospital, Priscilla wakes up. Okay, the drugs is worn off from her a little bit, and she's like, what did you do? And the doctor's like, I gave you something to sedate you. We had to calm you down. Of course, when she moves her arm, she realizes that she is damn handcuffed too. He was like, we're gonna have to keep you here from observation. She's like, no, I have to go home. He says, well, you cannot leave. Too bad, so sad. She over here like, shit. So she was like, what are you trying to do to me? And he's telling her, we're trying to help you. She was like, I do not need your help, okay? And he's saying, yes, you do. And so, he was like, talk to the officer, okay? So the officer come back in there. He's still trying to convince her that he is there to help. And she is like, child, you not helping me, okay? You're making things worse. This is not, helping me. I know y'all may think y'all helping me, but you're not. You're making things worse or whatever, right? But I said, Lily, you was the dummy because you should have known not to go to the freaking hospital to begin with, her. So he was like, well, at least we could try. This doctor was not budging up no matter what Lily was saying. She was trying to tell him he don't have no idea what he getting himself into and all of this, right? And she was like, he says, told her, I'm sending the officer in now. So when the officer comes in, of course, it pretty much was just the same damn conversation that she just had with the doctor, and the same conversation she was already telling the officer, okay? And he just kept saying, like, come on, the minute you tell us the truth and tell us what's going on is when we can help you and when we can let you go. She's basically saying, please let me go home. And he's like, I cannot do that. He was like, the chief of staff, that's where I recognize you. And so she's like, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad. This is going to be really, really bad. And he's like, look, is he abusing you? So she's like, listen, there's nothing that you can do to help me, okay? She just basically was looking at him when he was asking that. And so she's like looking and she's like, what part you don't understand, okay? And so he was saying how he could help, and she was like, well, you're way over, we're in way over your head, basically, right? There's nothing you could do. She was like, this could basically end up causing you to lose your damn life, okay? In other words, because she was like, are you married? Do you have kids? He's saying no to everything, right? And she's basically like, but he was like, he have a daughter. So she was like, well, do you care about any of them? Do you love any of them? He was like, I don't understand that question. Yeah, I bet you don't. She's asking you because if you have anyone that you love or you care about, then you will let me the heck up out of here, because you don't know what this is basically going to do to you by you keeping me here. And he's like, is that a threat? And she's like, yes, very much so. Okay, which other way do I have to say it for you to understand what's going on? You are going to get yourself killed or you're going to get them killed. So basically, he's still not listening. She was like, he's saying, asking, is she gonna do this? And she said, no, but the man that, put me here will. And so he's basically like, still telling her like, oh, we could help and this and that. She was trying to, she's telling him his whole life could be ruined. And then he was like, I want to help you. She was like, you can't. So, pretty much this damn officer do not get it. He's swearing that he is over here trying to be a damn hero child and that he gonna be saving her. He don't want to give her her purse. He don't want to give her her phone. When he was asking for the phone, that part had me cracking up, because he was like, who you gonna call? And she was like, somebody that's basically gonna end you. And he's like, well, if you saying that, then you ain't gonna get the daggone phone. I said, Lily, okay, girl. She telling him it's your funeral. He's like, I'm sorry. And these people kill me, because it's not like she trying to sugarcoat it. She coming straight out saying what it is. And he's still talking about, I'm sorry, I don't understand, I'm confused. I said, well, you won't be confused when that bullet come through on your behind, okay? So you know, she still was basically telling them, like, it's gonna be the end of you. You're gonna get in trouble if you don't let me go. She was like, okay, you've been warned. That's on you. You know, he's still over here trying to say he trying to help her. Child, you ain't helping nobody at this point. Lily said, get up out of my damn face, okay, and turned over as much as she could. You know, now in the meantime, we still got Jason over here on daggone, child, what is his daggone name? I don't forgot his name now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He'll come back to me in a minute. We still got him sitting on the couch, pointing the damn gun, making threats, and Alan, he's over it now, okay? He's like, you keep on sitting in my damn face, making all this freaking noise, talking about the same thing over and over and over. He was like, obviously you tired, you dozing off, you know. Jason talking about something, no, I'm okay, I'm not tired, I feel fine. And so basically, you know, Alonzo ends up coming and knocking at the door, and you know, Alan was making up a story like, oh, I'm here with Maria. And he's like, Maria? He was like, yeah. He was like, you know, so you got to go. I can't talk to you right now because Alan is banging down the door like, we got to talk. It's important. Let me in. I've been calling you, and you're not answering the phone. And the whole time that he's knocking at the door, you got Jason holding up the gun to him or whatever. And he's telling him he's going to handle it. So when he says that, you know, Alonzo's just like, okay, and we don't hear him no more. So I was like, that gotta be a code word for something, right? That's what I'm thinking in the back of my head. I'm like, I know he ain't just gonna leave like that because we know they all be annoying and they never get the damn hint any other time. So, you know, Jason is like, is that it? Is he going? And he was like, yeah. He was like, so who's Maria? And he was like, oh, that's just a name that I made up, you know what I'm saying, to get him away. That's not nobody, because prior to that, Jason with his widow behind is sitting there talking about, so how did it feel? And he over here bringing up Ellie, and he's telling him, don't do that. Do not bring her up. You know, don't talk about her. He was like, don't do that. And he was like, and you keep over here, you know, lifting the damn gun in my face every minute or whatever. So he was asking him, like, is all women different, or how is it to be with a woman? And he was like, wow, are you a virgin or something? He said, no, he not a virgin, but he just was curious and wants to know. He's telling him to order up a damn, you know what I'm saying, hooker, like if he ordering some damn fast food. He was like, no, I can't do that. You know, he was like, why not? He was like, because you are freaking, you know, basically supposed to be dead and people will be able to come here and recognize you, dummy. I mean, he ain't say that, I'm saying that, but you would think that that would be common sense. Now, in the meantime, Cal over here waiting for freaking Max to show up so he could box him, child. He over here in this boxing ring acting like he doing some workout. And of course, he basically, you know, gets a call. Child, they found the damn what Sam was looking at just that quick. I told y'all, because the guy was basically like this, looking at everything the damn Sam was damn doing. And they sent him the picture of the vehicle, and not only do they have the damn license plate number, but they have a picture that's apparently so freaking clear that he could tell that it's damn Jason. I said, really? So then when he hang up with him, he calls you know, of course, Donald to give him the update and let him know, you know, yeah, we onto something, right? We was probably right. It did, you know, it was Sam. And Donald was like, really? Oh, man. He was like, yeah, I told you from the beginning. He was like, obviously he had him moved because we see that he was looking at this license plate, and the way the picture is, it does look like it could be the kid. Okay, well, I now have a lead. And so Donald was basically like, okay, so what's going to happen now? And he's like, you know, we still going to keep on looking into it and trying to figure it out. I got, you know, Agent Kane on it. And so he's like, but right now I'm at like the boxing ring, so, you know, or the gym or whatever, about to have a boxing match. And so Donald was basically like, oh, that sounds sexy, you know, that's turning me on. He was like, oh, so do you want to come and watch it? And Donald's like, nah, I'm good. So he tells him, well, you know, he's gonna be boxing with damn Max behind, and he like, oh yeah, never mind, all right, I just lost my interest, like I'll pass on that one. But he was like, yeah, well, you know, we agreed that we was gonna come here and box it out or whatever the case may be, because he's still hurting in his feelings. But you know, they said that he fell for the info, right? And they was also saying how the VP fell for the info, because Kyle was like, well, maybe you know, the VP is in on it too. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just stuttering with my words. Donald told him, no, he's not. And he was like, how do you know? He was like, because he basically fell for it. So he was like, right, and he would be acting a different way if he thought anything. So he was like, yeah. So, you know, pretty much he said he gonna still go ahead and work that out. After he have this fight, he gonna have some answers back for him, let him look into it some more. So Donald's over here talking about some oh, have this info to me by the end of the day. I said, well, what time is supposed to be? Because it was looking night outside, Donald. I'm confused, but okay, Cal tells him, yeah. So now when he hang up the phone with him, you have, I think it was Bobby and Max show up to the daggone gym, which was hilarious to me. Bobby over here with his sexy chocolate self, okay, with a trench coat on, helping Max get into his daggone gloves and stuff because Cal was asking him, do you need some gloves? He was like, no, I bought my own. So when they first go on the Starbucks or whatever, Cal keeps talking about let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. Max is like, nah, let's get to it. What the heck is there to talk about? He like, come on, let's just talk for a minute. So basically, he want to say that this is how we have to get past everything or whatever the case may be. And Max is just like, okay, whatever, we will. Like, get it over with. He was like, so can we just talk, big boy? This is what Cal was saying to Max. So he was like, go ahead, talk. So he's telling him, first of all, I want you to know that there's no hard feelings. This was never personal. Max don't give a damn about none of this. He's saying I would never hurt your kid. And he was like, yeah, but you made threats to do it and you shot me. So all of that doesn't freaking matter. Like, you still threatened to do it. So then he was like, yeah, but you knew that I wouldn't do that and all this other stuff. And, Max is just walking up on him, just ready to hit him. And he was like, I know what you do. So he was like, well, anyway, okay, let's go. I just wanted to tell you that first. And he was like, can we at least get a ref? Now, meanwhile, they start fighting. And, he was telling him, like, Max, you going to get yourself hurt. Max was like, okay. Child, Max hauled off and was like, boom, soon as that bell said ding, 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 he knocks Cal on his behind. Now, why was it just me or why did it sound like they had on shoes? I was confused. I was like, since when a boxing ring sound like that? It sounded like they had on some high heel shoes or they had on some damn dress church shoes or something in that ring. I was confused with the sounds. But nonetheless, they went to fighting. And Cal was kind of getting the upper hand on him. I'm like, see, he was talking all that mess, telling Donald how he was about to beat him up, but it didn't look like you was beating up nothing. You know what I'm saying, Cali boy, I'm sorry. And so next thing you know, they on the ring. He choking him out. He put him into damn sleep. Bobby had to jump in the ring, break it up, and Cal, of course, is Max is going all crazy at this point. Like, get off of me, get off of me. You know what he did to me. He shot me. He was like, yeah, I do, but he's out. He's over here checking his post like, yeah, I think he's still alive. He like, are you sure? Good, then let me get some more. And Bobby had to tell him like, no, that's enough, that's it. He was like, I get what he did, I understand what he did. Of course he took him. Do you? And he was like, yes, I do. Okay, it's over, that's enough, break it up. Freaking Cal waking up, looking around, talking about something. That was fun. That was a good match. Do you want to go again? I said, if you don't lay your behind back down and go back to sleep, like, that was such a freaking waste. He didn't even look like he even gave him any type of competition for how Cal usually always be talking all the mess that he do. Now, in the meantime, Hunter come in the bedroom with Victoria. She looking like, oh boy, and he's like, yeah, oh boy to you too. I don't want to be here no more than you want me here. He go ahead and lay across the bed talking about, why did I marry you? She was like, I was just thinking out loud and I was about to say, why am I always trying to save your ass? And he was like, what exactly do you do to save me? You never did anything to save me. She's like, I've saved your ass more times than okay? And so he was like, who are you, God? And she was like, no. She was like, child, don't you know that God don't care about you, okay? Newsflash, God don't care about you. And so he was like, well, then that would make you the devil herself or whatever, right? And she's like, then he was like, I could tell. So basically he was like, so you've been, shot at and yeah, y'all still haven't found the bastard. And then she was like, you been with them sleazy motel whores. And then she was asking him like, how much higher do he need to get? How much he gonna use them drugs? She know when he's on drugs, who's getting the drugs for him. So he was saying that he's never gonna change. And she was like, yeah, well, my father, and he talking about, is he still alive? I wish that he could end up where your mother is at. So she was like, something is really wrong with you. And he was like, yeah, Victoria, here's the thing. Is something really wrong with you too. Now, she was like, yeah, I know you. And she does tell him that she loves him. And he was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I know I love you and I hate you at the same time. She was like, of course, I'm not in love with you, but I can't lie. I do love you know, just how you get down and, you know what I'm saying, how you do things. Now, he was telling her she should run off with Sam, but he said Sam's legs are so little, he can't carry you. And she said, well, the leg that counts, baby, carries a long way. And he was like, oh, God, why the hell you had to say that? Like, you making me sick to my stomach. Nobody want to know nothing about you and what you doing. So, now, mind you, he was like, oh my God, you so cheesy. And she was like, you're not. And so he was like, can you please go to the Lincoln bedroom? She like, why? He was like, because I want to rest. So basically she was like, you ain't thinking about no sleep because you still hot up or whatever the case may be. So I know you ain't sleeping anyway. So tell me exactly what it is. And so he was basically like, you know, it's just, I just don't like you. And she was like, you love me. And then he was like, what? And she was like, you really think, he said, you really think that? She was like, yeah, I know you love me, you know, just like I love you in my own way. And so of course that's when she goes into the whole thing about what she does love about him is the chaos and the drama. And he was like, I could see that, I could believe that. He was like, yes, you know, because she said, what would you do with a normal wife? And he said, I don't know. If I had a normal wife, you know, I guess I would probably live longer. He was like, yes, it's true. He said, because what would you do with some corny ass man like the vice president, for instance? So she like, oh my God, why would you say that? Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, y'all, bless me. He like, why would you say that? Did I hit a nerve? Okay. And she like, no, not at all. So now when he go to lay down, she talking about something, why you asking so many questions? And he was like, but why the heck you keep bringing it up? You know, I was just saying it to say it. She gonna talk about some get up, you stink. You know, go in the bathroom, take a shower, whatever. And he's like, fine. He was like, you know, yes, ma'am, yes, ball and chain. So I was surprised that he actually just listened to her. I said, Hunter really must be high, right? But in the meantime, she's trying to hurry up and get him out the room so she could turn around and call the vice president now, because now it's like, ooh, you know, Hunter says something about the VP and what does he know and all this stuff, knowing damn well that Hunter was just talking out his behind. And he don't know nothing. Now, in the meantime, VP and over here, like, you know what I'm saying, stroking, all in it, okay? And you gonna sit here and stop what you doing to get up and talk about is the president on the phone, knowing it ain't no damn president, that is Victoria, because obviously he have her saved, you know, as the president to throw his wife off or whatever. But the wife ain't stupid, okay? I like her. She know what time it is. She knows something is going on. Something ain't right. Something is funky in the milk, okay? And so when he goes in the bathroom, he turning on the water. He like, yes, Mr. President. And, you know, trying to play it off or whatever. And he asking, is everything okay? Is anything wrong? And she over here talking about something. No, I just wanted to talk to you or whatever. And she, of course, tells him what Hunter said, and he was like, man, he don't know nothing. He probably just was saying something, right? And then she's asking him, does his wife know anything? And he's like, nah, she don't know nothing, but if you keep calling like this, then you're gonna make it suspicious and she will know something. And she's like, I know. So she's like, well, where's she at right now? Oh, she's in the bedroom. You know, where you at right now? Oh, I'm in the bathroom. You know, oh, how do you know she not listening? That bitch is probably listening. I believe she's listening. So, you know, basically, you know, that was what it was. It was bothering her that he said something about them and that he might be on, you know, to them. And he was like, nah, he ain't that daggone smart. We ain't got to worry about that. There's no way that he could know about us. And he was like, we're the only two. And of course, he's assuming that his wife don't know nothing either. Meanwhile, she at the door like this. And it don't take much listening because he was being mad damn loud. He over here like, oh, yes, of course. Yeah, we're good. You know, we're okay. Don't even worry about it. He was like, no, but you shouldn't really be calling this late or whatever, you know. And he was like, you know, I miss you too. It was clear as freaking day as I'm talking right now. You know, I feel the same way. And she was like, she says, oh, is she listening? No, she's in the bedroom. She's not like that. She's not going to be listening like that or whatever the case may be. She trusts me. And the whole time she's sitting here with her ear to the door, hearing every damn word he's saying. He was like, you know, she telling him, you don't know women like that. And he was like, well, you know, that's the way you feel or whatever, then we should get off the phone. So she like, no. You know, stay on the phone with me a little bit longer. Talk dirty to me. So he was like, you want me to? And he's smiling and laughing. He was like, you know, she's right in the next room. You think she's listening. So she's still talking about some, yeah, I want you to talk dirty. So he was like, we need to get this together. So he was like, I'm going to call you later, all right? We cannot be playing these games. And he hang up with her, Well, no, before that, she says, all right, I love you. And he says, I love you too. Now, she done heard all of that, and she know he ain't saying that to damn Hunter, okay? So she back up and she lay on the bed and pretend like she was still laying down. Now, when he come out and he ready, she sit down rather. And when he come out and he was like, oh, it was nothing as the president. I'll go ahead and talk to him tomorrow. He like, so now where were we, And she was like, nah, mood is ruined. I'm going to bed. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Da-da-da. Okay. And he was like, wow, what happened? She was like, no, the moment is lost. That's all. The moment is lost. Have a good night. And she started covering up herself. So he was like, what? She was like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. Have yourself a good night. He was like, man, baby, the moment is lost, babe. Okay, that's what she said. I'm tired. I had a long damn day. And so he was like, okay, but what about, and basically looking at himself, and she was like I said, the moment is lost, okay, hit the road, Jack. And so he was basically like, okay, good night. And then she was just looking, all right, so now she definitely knows that there's something in the damn, okay, milk that ain't right. Now, moving on from that, Donald get home and he's asking, where is my wife? And the daggone agent is like, she went to the hospital. He like, what? When the heck did she go to the hospital? What hospital she at? The agent talking about something I don't know. He said, when the heck did you get on my detail? Who are you? The guy was like, he got there today and that Sam put him there. He was like, that damn Sam. So he told him, well, go ahead and call your replacement. He over here calling Lily on the phone saying, honey, is your husband, your caring, loving husband, that's worried about you. Call me right back. And he tells the guy, call your replacement. Okay, you are about to be sent to Siberia. The guy was like, what? That was funny. Now, child, why did Priscilla baby come walking in, honey? Child, chocolate on chocolate. These are two beautiful chocolate people. I ain't gonna lie. Priscilla had on her leather, okay, tan dress going on. I said, watch out now. Bobby had on his black with his brown leather going on. So I said, oh, Bobby, that's why you had on that little brown coat. You was trying to mess with Priscilla. I see you, match, I should say, right? And so they go ahead and they sit down and, at the table, and he was trying to order up some food. Priscilla said, no, baby, we ain't got no time for no food. What we gonna do is we gonna have a drink and we gonna have a little bit of, some hors d'oeuvres or something, little appetizer, and we gonna be up out of here and we going back to my place. Is that a problem? And Bobby said, no, I'm here for every single minute of it. I'm down. I'm okay. All right. Now, at first, when Priscilla comes and she sits down, he get up. She's saying, I'm sorry, I'm late. He say, let me get the chair for you. And she is just ready to go, know what she wants. She is dead set on getting this revenge on Sam. And we all know that that is all that it is. So, like I said, he was ready to be like, look at the menu. And he was like, first telling her, I thought you changed your mind. She like, no, I haven't. He like, okay, good. We smiling at each other, whatever. And she was like, can I get a shot at tequila? Like, she knew what she wanted as soon as she came in. And he was like, that's what we doing. And she was like, yeah, that's what we doing. Okay. So, Bobby said he would have one too. And she was like, I already ordered the appetizer. She said, okay, perfect. So, she said, but we won't be needing these menus. You could go ahead and get that up out of here. And so he was like, we won't. And she's like, no. So, like I said, what she want to do, because he was like, am I missing something here? She says, no, you ain't missing nothing. Do you want to sleep with me? Yes or no? Okay. And he was like, yeah. She was like, okay, then. So we going to drink these drinks, have these appetizers, and we going to go head back to my house. He talking about, okay, now that's where you lost me. Okay. And she tells him, great, good. But I said, no, Priscilla, that's not what we should be doing, okay? Because we know Sam gonna be at the house. Bobby, that's not what we should be doing, Bobby, okay? Because we know Sam gonna be at the house. So he tells her, what's going on between me and you. And she basically was like, okay, here's the bottom line. I've been faithful to my husband since before we was married. I don't want to be that no more. How about that? Can you deal with it or can you deal with it? And he's like, you decided that quick? She was like, yep, sure did. So he's basically like, okay, Bobby is son, no, sonny. He said, okay, no problem, say less, right? So she was like, he could be with whores, but I can't. And then here go Bobby. So what am I, some whore? She said, no, 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 no. You ain't no whore. I didn't mean that. Come here. Give me your hand. No, not you. Okay. You not a whore. Okay. But you are what I need right now and what I want to do. Okay. She said, you exactly what I need tonight. So I said, okay, Scylla, I hope you know what you're doing. He talking about it. What's that? And Scylla said, well, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know. So he was like, no, no, no. Okay, I'm good. He reaching back for her hand or whatever. He was like, I just don't want you to do something that you will regret. She said, oh, I'm not going to regret nothing, honey. She was like, what, are you bad in bed or something? He was like, no, Bobby knows exactly how to do things. Bobby killed me with that, talking about himself in third person, second person. So, of course she was like, well, then we don't have a problem and it won't be no regret. So he was like, people get mad and they be going through things when they're emotional. She said, I'm not being mad or emotional. So he was like saying it seemed that way to him. Child, so she said, well, I didn't come here to talk about Sam or marriage. Baby, while she said that, and I see somebody pulling up on the side of the damn table, and at first I thought it was one of the people that worked at the damn restaurant, and I'm like, because Priscilla over here talking about, so how big is ya? And he was like, you want to talk about that? So, child, in the midst of her giggling and all that, and the guy bringing over the damn shots that they ordered, not even 2 minutes later, I'm saying, damn, that person look like Sam. Sure enough, here comes Sam rolling up to the table. He pull up a chair and he sit down. So she like, oh man, get the hell up out of here. What the hell are you doing here, Sam? You need to leave. Oh my God. He said, nah, I ain't going nowhere. If you here, I'm here, we here, okay? I'm up in here. He was like, I'm not going a damn place. He over here putting on a damn napkin. So he was like, is this what you doing, Priscilla? She said, yes, no, Scylla, because we know he going to call her Scylla. This what you want to do? You want to do this? So she's saying, yeah, I think I do, Sam. So he's like, well, I'm not going nowhere. He was like, you need to go. And she said, oh, he not going nowhere either. And Sam was like, I said you need to go. He was like, he take the napkin off. Get your ass up from this damn table. And so here go Bobby. I'm not going nowhere. I said, Bobby, don't get in between this. This is between a husband and a wife now, honey. I love you and all that, but don't get in the middle of this. And so Sam salute him and said, okay, we gonna play that game. Okay, and took a little drink. So he was like, Priscilla, you're going to regret this. I said, well, what you going to do, Sam? What you going to do? Step up and do something if you going to do it. So he was like, I promise you, you're going to regret this. And she like, no, I won't. She was like, you can screw that bitch, but I can't. So he's just still telling her, like, you don't want to do this, Priscilla. You don't want to do this. I know you're trying to get back to me with this stupid ass over here. So Bobby talking about stupid. And he was like, you heard what I said, stupid ass, okay? I said what I said. So he's like, okay, I don't know. How about this? Here goes Scylla. How about this? We skip the drinks, okay, and the appetizers, and we get out of here now. Bobby talking about something. I'm good with that. He gonna get up and throw the money on the table, saying, telling Sam, have a good night is on him or whatever. And she's saying, please make a scene. Please make a scene. Please make a scene. And Sam is saying, you're not leaving here with him. And she's basically like, what you gonna do to stop me? I said, ooh, baby, we getting nasty. Okay, she told Bobby, let's go. And so, Bobby throw the money and telling Sam, get yourself something nice. I said, ooh, Bobby, you being really cute with this one, ain't you? So Richard starts to call damn Sam on the phone, and Sam don't want to be bothered. He telling him, I'm dealing with some other things right now. I can't talk. And basically, Richard is saying to him, like, I'm trying to find my son. We still have not found him. He didn't get to tell him about the fact that they got this call. He's telling him he's going to call him back. And Richard's like, Sam, what the hell is going on? He's like, what the hell? He was like, this is your damn godson shit. So he's still telling Richard he gonna call him back, and of course he trying to chase down damn Scylla and them, okay? Now, in the meantime, back at Alan's house, Alan is still telling damn Jason, like, I want to go to bed. I want to go take a shower. Okay, I'm done for the night. This is it. I cannot do no more. He's still trying to follow behind him and say that he going to come in and watch him too, and got the gun on him. And Alan was like, no, enough is enough. He was like, you got my phone. You got the gun. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? Who am I going to call? You have the upper hand, but what you're not going to do is come in the bathroom and watch me. So, Jason is saying he going to put down the gun. So I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Because all of a sudden Alan seemed like he getting a little bit more, authority about him, where, well, before he was apologizing to Jason every minute. So Jason says, okay, I'm gonna put the gun down. He's like, I'm just trying to talk, chill out. So he was like, all right, well, you keep pointing this damn gun at me with your damn right hand or whatever. So I'm wondering why he said right hand, right? But it all made sense after we seen what happened next. So as Jason go ahead and put the daggone gun down, who come freaking popping up with a gun to his damn head in the back, child? But Mr. Alonzo, I said, okay, Alonzo, finally you coming through and you was doing something that could be useful to somebody. I see you. He goes up behind Jason, puts the gun to his head and was like, don't move. And Jason just had his hands up. Now, Richard coming in and he got his head all down. He look up. Nancy surrounded by the damn freaking Rackatookies. Y'all know I'm always jacking up their name. All around her and she looking like this. I said, what the hell is this, y'all? What the hell is this? The over Tyler Perry jail. Okay, jail, Tyler Perry, because you be messing around too daggone much. All right? That was the episode, y'all. Put it in the comments. Tell me what y'all thought about this, what y'all liked, what y'all didn't like. You know how we do all that good stuff. Let's discuss anything that I left out. Put it in the comments. What do y'all think Alonzo and Alan is going to do with Jason now, okay? Because I'm kind of tired of Jason. He's getting to be annoying again. If he is going to come out and bring whatever on the president in them, that's what I want him to do. Are they going to ever find out about damn Barry? Because we didn't see anything of him and Kareem in this episode. What is Nancy doing? Do they got Nancy under a damn spell now? Or is she just trying to play along and play a game? I thought they was going to have her knocked out in the house again like they did with when they brung Barry and had him laid out on the damn table, child. But no, they got Nancy and the whole get up. Is Sam about to blow up Bobby and Priscilla if they go home to that damn house, okay, y'all? Because y'all know it's not going to be the end of that. And what is the VP wife about to do? Put it all in the comments. Let's discuss. So next time, y'all, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe if you were so inclined. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky, y'all.